Welcome to Manifesting a Life. When I was an engineer working at Kelly Air Force Base, I was in a group with about 6 other engineers, and we were in the small auxiliary power unit group. This was the small engines, the gas turbine engines that are used to start the big engines on the airplanes. And our motto for our group was, "You won't start without us." And it was a fun group. I loved working with them. I still dream about them. It's like, boy, it's been so long ago, but apparently had a great impact on my life. Well, each of us engineers were assigned specific engines, and that engine was our responsibility. And was first assigned these engines that were based out of Phoenix. And that was the engine manufacturer company was in Phoenix. So I ended up having to go to Phoenix a lot during the year to go meet with them. And they would come to meet with us, and we would discuss various things. And we had to stay in close contact with them. I had some problem engines and various problems we had to fix on the various engines and stuff. And so we had to work closely. Well, one of the other guys had the engines that were based out of San Diego. Oh, I wanted those engines. I'd never been to California, and I wanted to go to California. And it's so funny. I was living in San Antonio. That's where Kelly Air Force Base, which no longer exists, which is kind of odd because it seems like all the companies I've ever worked for no longer exist. Even the one with the federal government. Wow. That's bad. I don't know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's bad. I'm not going to go there. Okay, let's start over. And so I really wanted those San Diego engines. And I would drive around town, San Antonio, and just imagine I was driving in San Diego. I was driving in California. Just this is what California would look like. They had some of the same businesses and stuff. And so I knew that it'd be very similar to this. I just imagined myself being in California. And it took about 1, maybe 2 years, and I ended up with those engines. They reshuffled things for some reason, and I was given the San Diego engines. And San Diego kind of became my second home. I spent so much time there. Nothing against Phoenix. Phoenix was a neat place. I loved the way it was laid out. It was very much a grid system, a 1-mile grid. And so everything was very dependable with the outcropping of the Camelback Mountains there in the middle of things. But I don't know, the mystique of being able to go to San Diego. And so I loved it. But that was using my imagination. You can use your imagination for a lot of things. That's what a lot of people that win a lot of major contests do. They use their imagination. They imagine themselves already there. They imagine themselves already having what they want. That's what a big one that a lot of people tell you to do is just, imagine it. Put yourself in it. I was putting myself in it. I was driving around California, even though I was in San Antonio, not San Diego. Wrong San. And it happened. I ended up with it. It seems like my manifestations usually take anywhere from a day or some of them take about I can't think of any of them that took 1 day, really. But I don't think that's impossible. Maybe I'll come across one that does take a day in my review and my various manifestations. But to me, most of mine seem to take from 1 week to 2 years. I don't think I've ever had one that took more than 2 years. So use your imagination. That's something that you are given, that you have. Everybody has an imagination. Use it to your benefit. Don't use it against yourself. Often it seems like our imagination goes the wrong direction. We imagine the worst. We imagine the problems. We imagine all kinds of things that can happen that's not to our benefit, not what we want. And we're really good at that, it seems like. Where does that come from? Maybe it comes from our prehistoric years when we were having to run from the saber-toothed tigers and stuff. We had imagined that there was something that was going to eat us around that next outcropping. So we had to be prepared. It was to prepare us. But that's not really that useful most of the time here. It's useful to, use your imagination. What's in that dark alley? Don't go down that dark alley. That's also using your intuition that I've talked about before too. Use your intuition in association with your imagination. If what you're imagining, that, oh, I'm going to be penniless, I'm going to be living under the bridge. Is that really, are you really intuning that? Or are you just imagining it? Be in alignment. Use your imagination in alignment with your intuition, your instinct of what's really truthful. And don't go into the dark side. Stay in the light. And thank you for listening. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. That really helps me out. I need to be able to get this known to more people I want it to be useful for people. And I think these stories are useful. It helps you understand where you are manifesting in your own life and that you're doing it constantly. So hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know if there have been times you've used your imagination to actually create something in your life. So, thanks for joining me. See you next time.